Everybody. Hi, everyone online. Hi, everyone in person. Woo, it's Tuesday. Thanks for showing up. Let's start on our backs. It's kind of a big day in Madison. First snowfall that's measurable. First measurable snowfall of the season. That's how we should say that probably. So if you love winter, you might be super excited. Finally, there's snow again. With that, we'll take a moment as you come onto your back. Of course, if you prefer to stay sitting, sit. You can sit on the floor, find a chair if you're at home. Let's just give our bodies a couple moments to settle. Settling helps us feel the surface, the ground, the earth beneath us. Settling helps us bring some mindfulness and attention to slowing down. Pausing. And taking a few mindful breaths. And then a gentle reminder that we each have agency over the next 45 minutes of this practice. So you have total, complete control. So if something doesn't feel safe, it doesn't feel comfortable, you can always come back to this shape or another shape that can help you feel steady, that can help you feel strong, that can help you feel grounded and anchored. Okay. So with that, drawing your attention to your breath, just practice following one breath, just one inhale, one exhale. And now add on. Practice following 3 breaths. Fully inhaling, fully exhaling. And allowing your body to breathe for you. Try and invite your mind to kind of go a little more in the background. So can you feel an authentic breath, just to really let your body breathe without trying to control or manipulate or force the length of your breath. And we're going to draw attention to our breathing up around the chest. So right around your sternum, around your breastbone, and then out laterally to the front of your shoulders. So trying to soften and just let go of some tightness and tension here. So as you're breathing, we can feel the breath. And hopefully as you feel the breath, it's not like a big, deep gasp across your chest. You might envision and try and feel a little more lightness, gentleness with your breath, especially up into the chest and into the front of the armpits. And then we're going to really try to pay attention to 2 breaths, 2 breaths. So breathing up into the right front shoulder. You could even put like your left hand across your chest if you wanted on that kind of pet collarbone area. And just take a couple light breaths there. And then you can bring your right hand onto the left side. You can let your left arm come down and just take a couple really light, gentle breaths into your hand. We're going to come and revisit this throughout class. Now bringing your awareness to your lower abdominal area. So from your lower ribs into your upper abdominals. So that corset cummerbund area that we continue to talk about. We're going to take 3 to 5 of these engaged breaths. So as you exhale, that feeling of the corset cummerbund getting a little bit tighter, and then threading, weaving, continuing that feeling of strength into your inhale. So you can still feel movement in relationship to strength from your lower ribs all the way down to your pelvis, front, side, back. Then if you're sitting, you can do this one sitting if you prefer, or you can lie on your back. When you come onto your back, or if you're on your back, let your knees bend. Bring your arms up towards the ceiling, or if you're sitting, bring your arms just out in front of you. So feet can still be down on the floor. There you go. Give yourself a moment to feel heavy, heavy feet. Heavy, heavy back, hips, and heavy shoulders. Then with your inhale, we're going to open the arms out towards the floor or out wide if you're sitting, and open up across the chest. And with an exhale, you're going to pull your arms back up to the ceiling or back out in front of you. Great. Getting the arms moving. Can you then bring awareness to your shoulder blades? Can you feel the shoulder blades moving on your back? Just waking up, moving the shoulder blades. All right, next time your arms come out in front of you or up towards the ceiling, we're going to pause and then bring awareness to your back. So find and feel the back lower ribs. And with an exhale, ground and release the back ribs into the floor. Just feel them. Go down into the ground. Heavy back hips, back ribs heavy, shoulders heavy. Try not to move your spine. Now open your arms wide like a T, either to the walls if you're sitting or to the floor, and just let your arms hover off the floor. Stretch and lengthen out through your arms. Reach, reach, reach. Great. If you're on the floor, rotate palms up towards the ceiling. If you're sitting, same thing. Give your arms a little external rotation and just soften through the palms of your hands like you're holding a bubble. And then remember that breath that we practice across your chest. Come back and see if you can feel that light, easy breath across your chest. 2 breaths. With your exhale, pull your arms around and let your arms come and cross your body and give yourself a little bit of a hug. Let your fingertips rest on the back arm shoulder area, maybe down a little bit on your rib cage if you prefer that area. And then soften your hands. And we're going to be really quiet for about, 5 to 10 seconds to listen and try and feel the breath here in your hands. Feel the back shoulders, back lungs, receive the breath. Great. With an exhale, bring your arms back down by your side. Great. If you're sitting, we're all going to come onto our backs. Great. Let's just bring your right knee up over your right hip. You can hold on to your right leg and have a little more externally supported hold here, or you can keep your arms down by your side. Just 3 times, bend and straighten that right leg. Feel free to point and flex in the ankle foot. Just waking up that feeling connection through the back of the leg into the foot. Okay, next time your right leg is somewhat straight, pause. Okay, feeling again the back of the head to the shoulders, to the ribs, to the hips, nice and heavy, heavy, heavy bones. And then press up through your leg. Almost like you could press your leg and touch the ceiling. Reach, reach, reach. And then with control, lower that right leg all the way down to the floor. Push out. Keep pushing your leg out of your shoulders and hips and lower the leg. Sweet. Bend your right knee. Take a breath. Left knee comes up over the left hip 3 times. Bend and straighten. Work in your ankle. And then the next time your left leg is a little straighter than bent, pause. Hold your leg up. Come back, heavy back shoulders, heavy back ribs, heavy back hips. And then push your leg up. You could point your toe and just think pushing the leg away from you. Like the leg could energetically touch the ceiling, and then keep anchored and strong and slowly, slowly lower the left leg all the way down. It's like you're pushing the leg out of the shoulder and the hip. And then bend the left knee, come back to constructive rest pose, cross both hands over the front of your upper armpits there. And then again, come back maybe for about 5 seconds, just the idea and that feeling again, soft breath across the chest. Feeling the breath. Nice, light, easy chest breath. With an exhale, arms coming back down to the floor. Feel your belly button and push your belly button into the floor so your pelvis tucks under, and then find your pubic bone and push your pubic bone down so you have an anterior tilt. You can feel your low back get compressed. It lifts up off the floor. Then you push your belly button down, posterior tilt, and then an anterior tilt. And go back and forth 2 more times. Can you stay really connected, in control, and strong through this movement? Then we'll take a little fork in the road. Maybe you want to stay right here doing these tilt tucks, or you might start to go all the way up towards more of a bridge. So you can push your belly button down, push into your heels, and then slowly roll up to a low bridge. And then when you get up to your low bridge, slowly roll back down all the way through that lower back and pelvis till you feel your tailbone anchor heavy. 2 more. So either just the tilt tuck or going up vertebra by vertebra, lubricating from a place of strength more to your bridge, and then lowering down. 1 more like that. You feel like you want to hold this bridge when you roll up into that bridge. You can stay up a little more challenging in a low bridge. You can always come down to constructive rest pose, holding this bridge, Notice what's going on in your upper shoulders across the front chest into the armpits. It's really easy to try and hold this bridge from there. Is there any way you can connect and soften a little bit through your chest? Connect a little more into engaged core breathing, which is that cummerbund corset feel. Maybe feel your hamstrings. Lots going on. Hamstrings strong, corset cummerbund strong, soft chest. When you're ready, exhale with control, lower down. And then just feel your shape. Come back to your experience. From a place of curiosity, check back in. How do you feel? 2 or 3 breaths. Sweet. And then with an exhale, let's roll over or roll on up and come on up to sitting. All right, let's just bring your feet out in front of you. Let's do just a little bit more core work. So your feet can come out in front and it's optional. You can have them more parallel like this, or if you want, you can bring them together and squeeze, okay? So you could squeeze your shins and knees together. If you're at home and you have a block, you could put a block between your knees if you want, okay? So we're gonna keep your toes down. And we want to try and feel this idea that your shins are going to push out forward. Okay. So you're going to push your feet down and energetically your shins want to go out over your toes. And we're going to hold on to the back of your legs and sit up nice and tall and strong. And then you're going to rock onto the back of your sit bones and draw that navel back, which will round your low back a little bit. Okay. Then you're going to rock up onto the top of your sit bones. So it might feel a little bit like what we were just doing, that pelvic clock work on the floor, that tuck and tilt work before the bridge. You're going to the back of your sit bones. And then you want to stay as strong and connected as you can as you come onto the top of the sit bones. Let's do 2 more, pretty slow. So back of the sit bones, squeeze your legs together if you're practicing that way. And sit up. One more time, sit back. And we're going to hold this one. So when you sit back, you're on the back of the sit bones. Draw your belly button back a little bit. So that exhale technique of pulling the navel. And then sit back up. All right, when we sit up this time, we're going to work a little bit with thoracic extension. So remember, your thoracic spine is right through here. Okay, so find your collarbones and then find your breastbone. Okay, collarbones, breastbone. So if your breastbone were an arrow, it's going to lift up and with your collarbones go up and back. Okay, so same shape, knees together or parallel, sit up on top of the sit bones, find your engaged corset cummerbund strength. Sternum, breastbone lifts up. It lifts up and the collarbones tip back a little bit and you look up. Might feel like a little baby cobra or a little cow. And then just come back to neutral. 2 more times. So nice and strong, corset cummerbund, collarbones lift up. Up and back with the breastbone, collarbones, and then we sit back up. Starting to feel that in between your shoulder blades. All right, one more time, up. And you're gonna hold it when you come up and you find that feeling of extension, hold it for a moment. See if you can feel your breath across the pec muscles into the armpits again. And then release. Come back to sitting neutral. Then sit back on your sit bones. Right. Bring your navel back. Pull yourself up. Lift your breastbone. Look up. Extension. Back on your sit bones. Into your belly. Top of your sit bones, look up. Little more challenging, arms come out in front, palms up. Back of the sit bones. Pull yourself on top of your sit bones, lift your sternum, look up. Sweet, 2 more. Great, last one here. Sit up nice and tall, find extension, lift that sternum, look up. One more time. All we're going to do is sit back on the sit bones and take a little deeper challenge. Keep your toes heavy. Don't let your toes come up and come back about as far as you can. Find just the right challenge and hold here for about 5 seconds. Navel to spine. Feel the shoulder blades are really nice and wide. And then pull yourself all the way on up. Come forward. Roll over your knees, breathe into your back, 5 breaths. So just, again, you can come back, check in, feel the floor, feel the back of the lungs, feel the back of the ribs. Notice your breathing. Follow your next exhale all the way through. Then slowly sit up. And then we're going to come all the way on up to standing. Woo! And then when you get up to standing, just give yourself a moment to stand, let your arms hang. We're just going to practice standing and relaxing at the same time, if it's possible. So if you're in the room, you can look at me or you can look out at the beautiful lake. The fog is clearing. You can see the other side now. We're just going to hang out. Put the weight down in your feet a little more. Your legs could feel even heavier. So feeling the connection all the way through the ease of your chest into the weight and strength of the legs and the feet. 2 breaths. Great. And then we're going to step your feet wide. So again, face whichever direction you want. We're just going to do 5 sumos here on your own, just to get your knees and your ankles and your hips warmed up a little bit. So nice and slow, knees going out over your toes, opening the inner thighs, opening through the pelvic floor. Great. One more. Sweet. And then bring your legs to straight, but keep them wide, and bring your arms out in front of you. All right, so you're going to keep your legs nice and strong. We're going to inhale, open the arms like we did on our backs, and then exhale, bring the arms out in front. Just 2 more. So again, lubricating the shoulder blades on the back. Trying not to push your chest too far forward. Next time your arms open like T's, pause. Can you feel your shoulder blades on your back? And then bend your knees down and challenge yourself in a pretty low sumo. Go as low as you feel safe, as low as you feel strong. Great. Take your thigh bones and open them up. Push them towards your pinky toes. There you go. And then exhale, pull your arms all the way up, straighten your legs, and step your feet together. Let your arms hang. 5 seconds just to hang out with yourself. Listen to your breath. You might feel your heartbeat, feel your breath. And then drop back into your feet. Feel the heaviness, the weight of your feet and your legs. The connection into your deep internal low belly, navel to spine. Soft shoulders, soft, easy chest. One more breath. With that, exhale, sweep your arms out and up. Inhale, push your hip creases, push your butt back, long spine, fold forward. Great. Inhale, come all the way back up. Stretch your arms out to come up. Great. Bring your arms down by your side. Here we go right away. Exhale, sweep your arms out and up. All the way over. Inhale. Exhale all the way up. Inhale, arms to your side. Great. So let's define long, low back. So find your belly button and take a line from your belly button to your pubic bone, right? That would be your front body. And then your low back to your tailbone, okay? So you have this front low spine, you have a front of the spine, you have the back of your spine, okay? So legs come together, heavy feet. When you tip and you push your hip creases, push your butt back, can you keep that low back in your awareness? Keep your navel up a little more so that low back stays nice and long. As you come over further, you might start to feel the low back round. And then you're going to try and really connect. So draw your navel up into your back. Pull your navel up and then inhale, come all the way up, long, low back, strong legs and hamstrings come all the way back up. 2 more, all the way over, long belly to pubic bone, strong low belly, low back, maybe touch the floor, maybe round your back. Heavy legs, strong legs, come all the way on up. If you want to stretch your arms overhead, go for it. Here we go. One more time. Really long, low belly, low back. We're going to fold over. And then this time when you fold over, we're going to lift that chest up. So a little bit like what we did sitting. Find your breastbone, find your sternum, find your collarbones. Lift and look out in front of you. And then with an exhale, step back, build your downward facing dog. Bend your knees, push your hip creases, butt cheeks back, and look, feel that length from your belly button to your pubic bone. Can you get a little more length through your lumbar spine? Exhale, lower down to tabletop. And then again, you can explore long, low back in your table, okay? So as you come to your tabletop here, find your belly button to your pubic bone, okay? Find that feeling of engaged corset cummerbund breathing and try to keep that length feeling in the low back, in the low belly as you curl your toes and you just float your knees off the floor and go back to downward facing dog. Now, when you're in down dog, pause. You might bend your knees a little bit. Bring your attention to your lumbar spine. And when you push your hip creases, when you push your bottom back, can you feel a connection through your lumbar vertebrae? Trying to find a little more space there. One more breath. And then we're going to exhale, walk your feet all the way up to your hands. Remember, we worked on this last week a little bit. So you might just step your foot up a little bit, step your second foot up. Come on up, full body stretch. Arms come down by your side. Great, step your feet wide. Belly button to pubic bone in the front. Lower lumbar to your tailbone. 3 sumos. If you want more challenge in your sumo, lift your heels. So heels up or heels down, go deep in your sumo. Open the thighs, push the thigh bones open. There you go. Great. Last one, bring your heels, if they're up, bring them back to come down. Rest for 3 breaths. I feel like I'm the only one who gets really winded by sumos. Everyone else is like, whatever. And I'm like, hold on, I gotta rest. Left leg's gonna roll in a little bit. So we're gonna find a little bit of internal rotation with your left leg, roll it in, roll your right leg out. External rotation, go heel to heel. All right, lift your pelvic crest up. So find your hip bones and just lift them up. Keep your right one lifted as you bend your right knee and you straighten your right leg 3 times. Try to keep strong the whole way. So you never lose connection of strength as you bend and straighten that right leg. Next time your right knee is bent, pause. All right, feel your hip bones lifting up. Now, pubic bone to belly button. What's going on there? Is it nice and long? Can you feel your lumbar, lower back nice and long? Can you feel your corset cummerbund engaged and strong, supporting you? Soft chest. Arms are going to come out, double arm shakes in front of you. Keep your legs just like they are, just like when we worked this at the very beginning of the class. Open the arms. Bring the arms back out in front of you. 2 more times. Work in the shoulder blades on your back. You got it. Yep. Next time your arms are open like T's, pause, right arm over right knee. Left arm back behind you. Rotate, palms face down, and then just a soft, easy gaze out over your right fingertips. Soften the chest. Soften your shoulders. 3 breaths. Okay, don't move your legs. With an exhale, stretch your arms up to the ceiling. Now, keep your right leg really strong as you start to straighten it. Super straight, strong right leg. Straighten, straighten, straighten. Great. Arms up. Rotate both legs back. So you have a wide stride. You're either looking at the lake or looking at me or looking at a wall in your house. Okay, hip creases go back. Wide leg forward fold. Long, low back. Navel up towards your spine. Long spine, round spine, right? You got to round your low back to fold all the way over. Head can look, or eyes can look behind you. Heavy feet, heavy legs. Now, little bit of that baby cobra feel. Come into your chest sternum. Slide that chest sternum forward to come up a little bit. Thoracic mid-back extension. Maybe it feels a little like a baby cow or a baby cobra. Exhale, fold back. Now come into your corset cummerbund. It's really easy to let the corset cummerbund fall asleep. Find your corset cummerbund, turn it on, and then press into your legs and come all the way up and give a high five. You're going to come all the way on up. Super strong corset cummerbund. Sweet. Arms come down to your side. Just give yourself 2 breaths. Okay, hands on your pelvic bowl, lift your hips. So lift that pelvic bowl up. Right leg rolls in, left leg rolls out. Lift your left hip bone up and then bend and straighten your left knee a couple times. Super strong left leg. Keeping that left hip bone lifted. Sweet. Next time your left knee bends, pause. Set your legs from your core. What's happening? Corset cummerbund strength. Long, low belly, long, low back. Soft shoulder, chest. Arms come out in front 3 times. Open into your T, opening the chest. Arms come forward. Sweet. Next time your arms are out wide, pause, left arm floats over the left leg. Rotate palms face down. Easy, soft, kind gaze over your left fingers. Warrior 2, 2 or 3 breaths. Keep your legs right where they are. Exhale, pull your arms up. Really strong left leg. So push into the floor to straighten that left leg. Feel the leg super strong as you straighten. Rotate back around to the front. And then wide leg forward fold. Keep your low back in your awareness. Push your hip creases back. Low back's going to round at some point. Feel that rounding as you come all the way over. You define what all the way is. Try and let your head hang. Look behind you. Slide your sternum, breastbone forward to come up. That little feel of baby cobra, baby cow. Pause. Find your corset cummerbund. Is it on? Okay. And when we ask ourselves, is it on? It doesn't have to be on at 110%, right? So find just the right amount of corset cummerbund strength. What strength level do you need here to support your low back? Then come all the way on up, really strong, high five. Great, hands come down. Bring your hands onto your hips, 2 breaths. Nice, and then just turn to face the front of your mat. Let your arms hang. Give yourself a couple of breaths. All right, we're going to do a little bit of balance. So even here, if you need to go to a wall, go to a wall. If you're at home, you need a chair, go stand by something where you can, right, have some support if you need it. So unilateral leg strength work. You're going to put more weight grounding into the left leg, 60, 70, 80%. You're going to figure it out. You're going to lift your right heel up. Okay, now check in corset cummerbund. Soft chest. All right. Try not to push your left butt cheek out. You're going to bring your right knee up as high as you can. If you want to use your hands and pull it way up, that's fine, but then you're going to have to hold it. Okay. And you're going to hold it there for a while. Soft chest. Strong corset cummerbund. Strong quads. Woo! And then the trick here is be really patient and then bring it down. Give yourself a couple breaths. So wobbling is important. That's your nervous system trying to find your body in space, all right? So you want to have some wobble, proprioception. We balance, counterbalance. So right leg, left leg gets a little bit lighter. Try not to push your butt cheek out. And you're going to bring that left knee up as high as you can. It's okay if it's hard. And you're going to hold there. Woo! Soft chest. Strong corset cummerbund. Woo. Patience. I know. All right, here we go. Why did we do that? Well, you're going to see. Step to the front of your mat. Here we go. Exhale, sweep your arms out and up. Fold forward, long spine, strong spine. Lift your chest a little bit. Find that baby cobra feel. And then we're going to step back, downward facing dog. Tabletop. All right, in your tabletop, we're going to work on your wrists really quick, okay? Just shift the weight forward and come back. So upper back through your arms into your hands. Right? When we do downward facing dog, you can probably feel how much work it is for some of us in the shoulders. So can you connect into your back shoulders through your triceps into the floor? Okay, next time your shoulders come forward over your hands, you're going to challenge yourself to stay there for about 20 seconds. So you can bring your shoulders over your hands. If you want more challenge, curl your toes and lift your legs up to more of a straight arm plank. Shoulders over wrists. Push the floor away. Push your body up. Corset cummerbund strong. Hamstrings, back of the legs strong if you're in plank. Sweet. Then bring your knees down. Sit back for a moment. Whew. Let things rest that can rest. All right, we're just going to take like a 2-minute fork in the road. All right. You can work here, tabletop. You can do this on a chair at home. So version 1 is working on getting your knee up towards your elbow like this. So you can work right here. We did this standing. We drove the knee up into your chest and we balanced. You can work here in downward facing dog. If you're in dog, shoulders have to come over your wrists like this. Okay? Do maybe 3 on each side. So you can do it right in table. Drive your left knee, try to touch the back of your arm. It might not happen. Probably, right? Maybe won't happen, but you're working on building that strength to bring your leg forward from down dog to standing. Right? If it hurts your shoulders, that means it's time to stop and send me an email or talk to me after class. And then once you've done 3 on each side, child's pose might be a really nice place to go. You might roll on your back, you get to rest. And take a few breaths and breathe. You could go to down dog and stretch out your low back again. You could find something just a little more passive in a child's pose. We'll be quiet and let our bodies have a moment for about 10 seconds. Great, come back to your back ribs and lungs. See if you can feel the back lungs expand and release with breath. And then back to tabletop. Back to downward facing dog. Bend your knees, push your hip creases, push your butt cheeks way back. All right, optional, unilateral leg work. Put more weight on the left leg, 60, 70, 80%. Pick up your right foot or not. You could drag your right knee all the way up with your toes kind of on the floor. See how far you can get your right leg towards your elbow and then just put your foot down. Good, and then go back to down dog. Unilateral leg work, put more weight on the right side. Pick up your left toes or drag them on the floor. Draw that left knee up, up, up. Put your foot on the floor. Pause. Step back to downward facing dog. Sweet, one more time. Pick a leg, any leg. Step that leg forward towards your hands. Step the opposite foot, the other foot close. Bring your hands into your feet. Find your corset cummerbund and take a forward fold. Press into the earth, come all the way on up. Do a big high 5 stretch. Exhale, fold forward. Step back to tabletop. Good. 2 cat-cows. And then after your 2 cat-cows, we're all going to find our way onto our backs. Sweet. After those, try and really stay embodied in your body through the transition onto your back. Bring your arms down by your side, reconnect into the floor. Give yourself a moment to really feel how strong and steady the ground floor earth is. Take a couple breaths. When I say take a couple breaths, that's automatic. I mean, mindfully, thoughtfully be with your breath as you pay attention to breaths. Right. Cross your hands again up towards your collarbones and just invite soft, tender, easy hands, light, easy chest breath into your armpits and the front of the shoulders for about 5 to 10 seconds. Now try and relax your belly, relaxing across the chest, relaxing into the belly. We always take the last couple minutes for self care. So we didn't do a lot of twisting. We didn't do a whole lot of extension. So we have about a minute, minute and a half here. So you could rest for sure if you are drawn to rest. If you want to do a couple bridge poses, you might roll up and stretch out the front of your hips in a really low, gentle bridge. You might just hang out on your back, rest and breathe. We'll take the next few moments here in silence. And just coming back to your body, breathing, giving yourself a moment. It's like we started mindfully, thoughtfully, one breath. Can you just follow one full inhale, exhale? And then